Hello, Jessica. What it really is, what really comes through so strong is a time to give unconditional love and unconditional gratitude to the earth that supports our livelihood and our well-being, and our bodies, which are part of the earth. As above, so below, as within, so without. We're truly reflections of the earth. So we are here to connect on this very special new moon in Taurus and hopefully join together. And you might be setting intentions, or you might be feeling a little tired, but whatever you're doing, welcome, and I'm sending you love. And I just want to ground us down. So we're going to ground with a breath. So close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Lengthen your spine. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And then bring your awareness to the base of your spine. And at the base of your spine, imagine that you could grow roots down through your chair or through your bed, wherever you're watching this, growing roots down through the floor beneath you, down through the surface of the earth, growing your roots down through the layers of the earth, all the way to the core, where you'll visualize a glowing red ball of light right at the core of the earth. The color of the root chakra. Imagine that your roots are now wrapping around this glowing ball of red light, connecting you to earth energy, grounding any part of your psyche that's scattered or feeling out of it or tired, grounding and releasing any confusion or worry or concern by growing our roots down to the core of the earth. And then feeling connected to the earth center. And you're going to bring your awareness to the roots wrapped around the core, and just inhale the energy of the earth into the tailbone and up your spine. And do that again, breathing in just the energy of stability, safety, support, love, unconditional love. One more big breath in here. And a big sigh out. All right. So if you are watching and you're joining me, I'm so happy you're here. So new moons, for me, signal a time of new beginning. It's a time to start the 28-day cycle over again. So every 28 days, and if you're watching this live, just give me a little wave or write in the comment box or give me some hearts so I know that you're here and I feel connected to you. So every 28 days, the moon goes through its full cycle. And this is the night where we begin our next new cycle. And if you're a female and you're watching this, you have your own 28-day cycle that is deeply connected to the 28-day cycle of the moon. And I think that's no coincidence, of course, right? We are deeply intertwined with the divine, with nature, with the tides, with how the earth changes. So we're beginning again. We're starting our new moon journey. We have the opportunity to release whatever frustrations or resentments or things we haven't forgiven, things that we need to let go. We have this opportunity to reconnect to our heart and to heal and love that which needs to be healed and loved. So we begin again with this breath. Deep breath in and big breath out. And tonight on 4/22, hey Susan, we also have Earth Day. Now the moon, the new moon tonight, hold on, just got to get a crystal out of my shirt. Super normal, y'all, super normal. Just got to pull a crystal out of my shirt. So tonight we have the new moon in the sign of Taurus. The sun is also in Taurus. So happy birthday to all of you Taurus season cuties. So new moon in Taurus is very earth related, very connected to the earth. The moon is symbolic and representative of our emotional realm. The sun is, of course, fire. It's our third chakra. It's how we act, how we move through the world, and how we do what we need to do, create what we need to create. It's our action side, our masculine side. The moon is the feminine. It's the yin. It's the intuition. It's the psychic abilities, which can be found for all through practice and the commitment to meditate, the commitment to be still, the commitment to go within. So the moon offers us a time to kind of sit with ourselves and our emotions and our inner child and the parts of us that are kind of longing for some affection, for some validation, for some cuddling, especially with this Taurus new moon. So Taurus, second sign of the zodiac, symbol is the bull. And I like to think about Ferdinand, Ferdinand the bull, who his family and his community and his friends kind of pushed him to fight. Like they wanted him, they kind of forced him to be violent. But Ferdinand the bull did not want to be violent. Ferdinand the bull, and it's no mystery that Ferdinand is out in the spring. You see him wanting to be in the grass and smell the flowers and roll around and read and be a little bit lazy in a good way and just kind of savor the sweetness of life and savor the beauty that just being alive has to offer. Hey, Linda, if you're watching this, throw some hearts. Give me some love. I'd love to know you're here. So he was pushed and taught as a young bull to be a fighter and to be a violent bull, the bull culture, the bull society. And I'm really seeing some mimicking, some shadowing between human society and this Ferdinand the bull. Thank you for those hearts. So Ferdinand didn't want to do that. Ferdinand did not want to be violent. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to kill anybody. He didn't want to be hurt. He didn't want all that stuff. He wanted to lay under a tree and smell the flowers and eat food. He wanted to enjoy his life. And he had every right to. He was worthy of enjoying his life in the way that wanted to be expressed through him, not in the way that society and his parents and his teachers and his family. I love you, Jessica. Oh my gosh. He wanted to be who he was, which is what we all deserve. We're all worthy of being exactly who we are and wanting exactly what we want. So Ferdinand is, for me, the perfect representation of Taurus and the perfect lesson during the Taurus New Moon and the Taurus season. And I'm going to get vulnerable with you, because when I started to study astrology, happened to be the same time that I was doing a lot of deep inner healing. I think that was why I was studying astrology without realizing it. It was helping me heal these different parts of my human persona that weren't all combined and connected, like my Ferdinand the Bull part. We all have the Ferdinand the Bull part within us. Don't you ever just want to stop working and lay in a hammock and eat chocolate or ice cream and just snuggle? Don't you ever want to do that? That's such Ferdinand the Bull. That's such Taurus season. So I started kind of studying during this time of great healing. And at that time, I had a lot of issues with eating, with feeling like I shouldn't eat this or I shouldn't eat that. And what do I eat to make my body look a certain way? And I wasn't allowing myself to enjoy any food. I wasn't allowing myself to enjoy. Everything was about perfection. I was really stuck in this perfection, which is very Virgo. I have a lot of Virgo in my chart. Maybe you have Virgo in your chart and you know what that feels like, where you feel the pressure to do better. Nothing's going to be good enough. So during my entrance into Taurus season, it was like a spectacular time for me, because it was the spring and it was warm outside. And I for the first time, let myself lay in the grass and paint, like doing something that isn't for any purpose. It's just for the joy, and it's just for the connection, and just for the curiosity, like that childlike presence. You know, when a child is doing something that they're so wrapped up in, like maybe they're building something with Legos, or they're painting, or maybe they're eating, or maybe they are digging a hole. Like when a child is so, I don't know why that's the analogy that just came on, but when a child is so hyper focused on what they're doing because they're so just in it, that's presence. And it's hard for us to get to that space with joy and lightness as adults. And a lot of us have lost that childlike presence, and we might not even have had it fully as a child. So for me, Taurus season was a reclaiming of I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to work all the time. I don't have to feel the pressures of society to conform and be a certain way and be good enough for this society, like Ferdinand the Bull, or making mud pie. Okay, Linda Wells, you made mud pies? That's awesome. Remember, hey, Erica, did you ever go underwater? Like I used to go to camp and we'd go underwater and like have a tea party, an underwater tea party. Like, would you ever do that as an adult? Yeah, maybe, but probably not for the majority of the human beings on the earth. So Taurus New Moon this is our opportunity. This is our opportunity to enter Earth Day. This is a portal. 422. Twos are like angelic guidance. Twos are support, and twos are trust. 422, 2020, trust. We have to trust where we are. We have to love where we are. Yes. Hyper-focused. Yes. So this is our portal day. This is our opportunity to step into this Taurus season and this new moon, this new beginning, without the pressure of having to be any certain way, and with the lightness of that childlike curiosity. Linda Wells, I would love to make some mud pies with you and eat them. Like, I feel like I would even eat the dirt, which I know is good. I know, like, when kids eat dirt, it's good for their immune system. So Taurus is also about security and stability and safety and structure. So for me, it's how do I create through the unknown space that we're in, right? If you're watching this, you are also on the earth with me, and you're also affected and impacted by the pandemic, and you're also trying to figure it out, and you also probably have no fucking idea what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. There's so much unknown. But Taurus, this Taurus new moon, it gives us an opportunity to create structure, stability, and safety in our own little tiny environment. So for me, that has meant a very different set of ways of being. Underwater tea party. Yeah. So for me, creating structure, stability in such changing times and such unknown times has meant that I had to get really disciplined and really loving towards myself on how I was going to make sure that I don't go into some sort of a depression, because there's so much unknown. And for me, where do I go when I'm sad? I don't go up. I do have a little anxiety, but me, I really go down, down, down. I want to lay in my bed all day, but not in a good way, not lay in my bed and enjoy and eat snacks and cuddle and have a good time. Not like that at all. So I've had to create some structure and some discipline. This is Earth, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Earth, 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 Earth. So you might ask yourself, for this new moon, for this Earth day, for this portal, how can I create loving, unconditionally loving structure and stability for myself so that I can thrive a little bit more, just 5% more of thriving? For me, I have to meditate now when I wake up. I never did that before. Hey, Michelle, it's so good to see you. I'm sending you so much love. I never did that. I never woke up and meditated because I woke up and I had a coffee because that's what I wanted to do. And now I know that I have to go inward. The very first thing I have to do is go inward. Otherwise, what's external is going to take control of my internal. So now the way that structure, safety, stability, I wake up and I go into a very simple meditation practice. And sometimes I even go on Spotify and I just type in meditation. And then I find the one that I like. Really simple. 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you want. But it's structure, stability. Another way is I have to go on a walk every day. Like, get out of the house, get sunlight, vitamin D medicine. If you feel comfortable putting your feet on the bare earth, that grounding is massively healing for your body at a cellular level. Remember, you're a part of the earth. So getting your body, bare skin on grass, on earth, even concrete, I feel like better than shoes, just for a little bit, just to get connected to the electromagnetic healing energy from the earth. So another way to use this Taurus season to support your emotional well-being and your mental well-being is to be very conscious of the type of music you're listening to and what you're watching on TV. Because we're absorbing through our senses our reality. So if you're listening to the news 24/7 or you're watching things that are creating tension, and I'm not saying don't I told my friend Kelly Thompson to follow you and listen to you. She needs a Shira in her life. Oh, you're so sweet. Please accept when you get a chance. I definitely will. You can also just share this, I'm pretty sure, on your page, and she'll be able to see it. Just share this video and she'll be able to see it. Jessica, I'm so grateful to you. Oh my gosh, you're so awesome. Whoops. Yeah, so you want to be really conscious of what you're intaking through your eyes. Hold on one second. Your eyes and your ears. What are you listening to? And how is that impacting? Yay, Kelly's here. And how is that impacting your psyche, your emotional well-being? I have a tendency to watch shows that do not improve my emotional well-being. I've taken notice of that. Like, what is my mood like if I watch TV that is violent, or if I watch TV that's super negative? For example, I hate to bring this up, but the Tiger King, I watched the whole thing, obviously. Everybody, it's amazing, right? But I notice now how much it affects me. It affects my emotions. It affects my well-being. Like, I go to bed a certain way, I wake up a certain way when I watch things at night that are penetrating my psyche and my subconscious, that are violent or dark. And there's nothing wrong with darkness. I am all about the darkness. I do trance mediumship. Like, I'm into it, but we're talking about emotional well-being here. So Tiger King before bed, not awesome. I really loved that show, Good Girls. I don't know if anyone watched Good Girls. That show was amazing. But there's another kind of like violent, intense show that's maybe not so helpful for your mental well-being before bed. So what can you do? You can go on to YouTube, where there are things like Deepak Chopra has 1 million free videos. Oprah, 1 million free videos. Colette Baron-Reed. It's endless. Think about someone you find inspiring. Google, YouTube, and that is going to shift. It's going to shift things. If you listen to positive stuff, it's going to create the reality as positive. Okay. Also, singing is so good during this Taurus New Moon, during Taurus season. Like, let it out. Put on lyrics that are empowering. Like, get your Lizzo on. I don't know if you like Lizzo. I love Lizzo. Sing, because Taurus in the astrological body is the throat. So you want to work on opening your throat chakra. You want to work on speaking your truth, being clear, being kind. Notice what you're saying and what you're thinking. Let's take a breath, because I need a breath. Deep breath. Okay. Now, the biggest thing, slow down. Slow down. If you're like me, you love to go 100 miles a minute and you have no attention span. I have no attention span. It is very hard for me to focus. And that is why I do end up doing things like watching TV to numb out, because I get overwhelmed. So Taurus season and this new moon, an opportunity to be the observer, to slow down. I notice, like, when I get to a meal, I'm like, sometimes I don't even taste my food, because I'm just in this pace. And then I can't stop. I'm just like, like in this habitual pattern of doing something, because I haven't allowed myself to really slow down and taste and smell the food feel the texture in the mouth, feel the saliva in the mouth. I can even, look at my food, really observe it. And food's just one option, of course. And what else happens when we slow down? We're able to appreciate things a little bit more. So slowing down with your family members or your friends, like people that you talk to on a day-to-day basis, kind of taking the time to ask them questions about themselves, like ask them questions about themselves. How are you? I'm just going to listen. I just want to be a listener. Like when you slow down and you just like take the back seat for a minute, you can really appreciate what's in front of you. So we want to be really present, just like Ferdinand. Ferdinand the bull is slow, and there's like a sensuality to it. It doesn't have to be a sexual sensuality. It's a sensuality where it's like, I'm going to give you an example. Okay, so no, can't use that one. Okay, here's another one. So I've got this crystal. Okay, and let's look at it. And then observe, like, what are 5 things that you notice? Ooh, I just noticed for the first time, it's the shape of a heart when you turn it at this angle. And I noticed that some sides are like flat and that there's like a shimmer happening at the top here. It's catching the light. It's a little dirty at the bottom because I had it in a plant. And when I look at it, I get curious. Ooh, that one's really long. That one's really short. So you get what I'm saying. It's like slow down and observe. And that way you're not in the judge, because we tend to be in the judge mind, where our mind is judging, comparing, looking for everything that's wrong all the time. That's how we're designed. That's not how we're designed. That's how the human brain, from the reptilian brain, from that old brain, the old software of the brain, it's always looking for something that's wrong. Rick Hansen wrote this amazing book, Buddha's Brain, about the old structure of the brain and how we can rewire it. So we want to shift the judge to the curious one, to Ferdinand. We don't want to be the Ferdinand's dad. We want to be Ferdinand. We want to be, I'm open, I'm curious, I'm going to allow creativity to flow through me. And I'm going to enjoy this chocolate. I'm going to savor every bite. It's going to be amazing. And it's okay if I eat the whole bar. Whatever. I'm enjoying my life right now. It is Taurus season. Okay, and thank you. Put on clothes that are cozy. This is all about the 5 senses. You want to feel good. You want to feel like you want to be able to rub your face on it and feel that softness. You want to surround yourself with love. And it's a choice that we can create. We can create the environment. Taurus also loves plants. So if you love plants, sorry, my hair it's just wet. I just got out of the shower. It's like bothering me a little bit. And we don't want to be too rigid, and we don't want to be too stubborn, because Taurus can be stubborn. Taurus, I love you, but you can be stubborn. So we don't want to be too stubborn. We want to keep ourselves open. We want to be in that childlike mind, be in flow. We can't be stubborn during the coronavirus. We can't be stubborn. We have to soften. We have to be like water a little bit. That's medicine for Taurus. Like flow a little bit. Put on some music and dance. Take a hot shower or a bath. If you have a bathtub, please invite me over your house, because I cannot believe I live somewhere without a bathtub. Okay. And so I got some people for you. These are famous Taurians. They're all singers, by the way, because Taurus is the throat. And also singers, they have a deep soul, this deep soul that they have to, it's like poetry has to come out of them. The love, the light's got to come out of them. Adele. Adele is a Taurus. Hello, it's me. Is that not the perfect coronavirus song? You have a hot tub, Jessica? Oh gosh, I'm so jelly and happy for you. And my foot's asleep. And so I'm going to feel the sensation of my foot, because that's what I'm going to do during Taurus season. I'm just going to notice the sensation and I'm not going to judge it. Cher. Cher is a famous Taurus. Cher. Ella Fitzgerald. Audrey, they're not all singers. Audrey and Katharine Hepburn. Barbara Streisand. Not only a famous singer, but also a famous Jew. Willie Nelson. Earth Day. Okay, Willie Nelson. And Jack Nicholson. Okay, so what are we doing during Taurus season? We want to do things that make us feel safe. I share my birthday, May 20th, with Cher, Mr. T, girl, and Timothy Oliphant. I knew that you were dope. So now I know you're extra, extra dope. I love that. Yeah, so what are we doing during Taurus season? We want to do things that make us feel really safe, really nurtured, self-care up the wazoo. There's this really adorable male astrologer who makes all these cute videos, these astrology videos. His name's Benny Drama. And look him up, because he just made a Taurus video dating a Taurus. And it is so funny because, so it's dating a Taurus, and this guy in the Taurus video, he's like, I love you. Will you marry me? Self-care. Self-care. Let's go bungee jumping. Self-care. I love tennis. Self-care. Like every 5 words he would say self-care. It's such a Taurus thing, because Taurus is about your worth. About your worth. Do you feel worthy? And when you really feel fucking worthy, you take care of yourself, because you have to feel worthy to take care of yourself. And we are worthy. We are so worthy. We have to feel worthy. So we're learning about our worth, what we deserve. I'm going to do a card pull. So take another breath. And just close your eyes, and I will connect to the energy of those who are on live and those who are coming on later for this Taurus New Moon, this beautiful Earth Day, giving gratitude to the Earth. Giving gratitude to the water, giving gratitude to air and oxygen, and giving gratitude to the fire, our passion, the fire of our soul. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a big breath out through your mouth. So I'm going to do 3 cards. Okay. So this tells the story of someone who is learning right now about relationships. They are learning about their relationship to themselves, and they're learning about how, in order to have a balanced, loving, supportive, light-filled, love-filled relationship, they first have to fully honor themselves. And they have to send all of that love, all that unconditional acceptance within. And now as we, oh my gosh, hey Matt, it's great to see you. So as this person learns about the love that they are cultivating for themselves and the love that they are just cultivating, just the love that is being born in this moment, they're learning about their relationships and they're learning about what it's like to be in relationship in this moment. And the person in this story has had recently some really challenging interactions with their relations, whether that is their partner that they live with or their family members, their children, or even a friend. There's been some really challenging times. It has not been easy. It has been like climbing a little bit of a mountain with these people, because this person is different, they're different, there's different opinions, there's a lot going on, there's a lot to sift through. But in this moment, they're learning how to balance and they're learning how to bring harmony into the relations that are around them. So they have to really be in a state of gratitude for their relations, for the other person, because it's easy to place blame and it's easy to get focused on the parts of the other person and the parts of the relationship that are unserving and that seem important in the moment but are not actually important. They're actually just a kind of a negative trap. So they're learning about what's truly important in relationship. What is truly important in your relationship and why does it matter? All right, I'm still here. So what is truly important and why does it matter? And what are you offering the other person? Or do you feel like you're offering too much? Are you over giving? Are you giving so much of yourself that you haven't quite learned how to receive? Or you are doing so much for everybody outside of yourself that you don't even realize that you're not allowing yourself to receive? So there's others of us here that are learning about receiving and learning how much we need the other. This is about the relationships because that's our anchor card. Our relations. What are our relations? The Ten of Cups. It's learning how to balance and how to endure, kind of endure the test of time and the test of the ups and the downs and the challenges and the frustrations. So we're learning, Six of Coins reversed, how to allow ourselves to receive love from the other. And we might have to meditate on that, to notice if we're saying no to help, or we don't want to reach out, we don't want to ask for help because we think that we have to be strong or we have to do it all ourselves, or we feel very independent. But in this lesson, in this soul lesson, in this moment, allowing help and allowing support is what is going to help us alleviate some of the tension and some of the grip of life. You know, we kind of walk around with a grip on our shoulders and our neck. So we want to breathe in and breathe out. And when you breathe in, what's happening? You're receiving aliveness, you're receiving oxygen, you're receiving the love of the universe. You can't take a breath without receiving. So this is about what you bring in and what you let go. So there's some things to let go on this new moon, some things to call in and some things to let go. So any resentments, things that need to be forgiven, now is a beautiful time to just soften around that and ask for love and do what is going to cultivate unconditional love for this Taurus new moon. And then soon what's coming in is new insight. That's exciting. new insight. Once we start to recognize that it's okay to receive, it's good to receive, it's amazing to receive, it's amazing to feel abundant, it's amazing to get gifts, it's amazing to ask for help and receive help. And then we're going to have inspiration, like this stroke of inspiration. Intellectual inspiration is going to come through. Idealism. You're going to start to know what you really want. Like, oh, now I'm starting to realize there's certain things I really, really want. What do I actually want? What was I putting my energy to that I don't actually want? Hey, Jenny. Hey, Jim. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Amanda. So we think about what was I giving my energy to and my mental focus and my neurological programming to that wasn't actually what I want. What do you really want? What kind of life do you really want? So an idealism is coming in the Knight of Swords. Like you're like, ooh, I could have even more of what I want. I could have even more of what I really truly want, not what I am settling for. So the Knight of Swords doesn't settle. So if we're settling, you're gonna say, I am settling right now, either in the business, in the work that I'm doing, in the relationship that I'm in. And that doesn't mean you leave your relationship or you leave your work. It just means that you start to look at what do I actually want, and what do I need to do to shift my perspective to create that lifestyle, to create the life that I want. And that's going to come quickly. It's not a slow thing, which is interesting during this Taurus New Moon. But it'll come in, this kind of stroke of insight, like, oh my God, I actually really want to live in California. And it's really important that we're not looking at the past, wishing things were different. This is a time to look at what you have right now in this present moment. Not what you feel like you lost or what you wish that you had in the past or how you wish things would be different, going into that down mode, like the woe is me. This is a time to shift that energy, or to acknowledge and honor that energy and love that energy as a part of you, but know that it's not you. It's just a part. It's just a little piece. It's a little piece of the puzzle, but it's not the whole thing. We as human beings are multi-dimensional. There's like a prism of different identities, different parts of us. So when we're sad and we're depressed, we are not sad and depressed. We have sadness and depression. It's okay. Honor, hey, I'm fucking sad right now. Or, hey, I really miss blah, blah, blah. But it's not me. So I'm not going to stay there. I'm just visiting. It's visiting. I'm going to let it visit like a parrot on my shoulder. And then I'm going to say, okay, bud, it's time to move on. Because I am busy being grateful. That sounds really funny, but yeah, honoring the emotions that are coming through and letting them flow through, because they're not going to stay. It's like little waves. Like here's a wave of sadness and here's a wave of joy. They come in and they pass. And that is what we're really learning. So we want to bring our energy and our focus and our awareness into our heart and our gratitude and all of that Taurus goodness. What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel secure, stable? What music are you listening to that's going to lift you up and open your heart? What are you singing? What are you reading? Are you reading information that is enlightening and enlivening? So we want to savor the little things and slow down, appreciate, and be like Ferdinand. We want to smell the flowers. We want to be like Ferdinand the bull, Taurus season. You might have been raised to be a fighter. You might have been raised to be angry. You might have been raised to fit in a certain box. And this is not the time to fit in a box. Ferdinand the bull doesn't want to fight, and neither do we. Ferdinand the bull wants peace and love and harmony, and that's what we're bringing forward into the world. That's how our world is evolving. So thank you all so much. Let me know if you have any comments or questions as I wrap this up, or send me some hearts. How are you, Jenny? How are you, Jim? How are you, Kimberly? So in May, I'm going to be offering this sort of astrological guidance and yoga classes at an all-access rate. And you can find that on my website. And I'll also put a link here in the comments. Thank you, Amanda. What's Carita? Carita. Thanks for that, Carita. What's that? I don't know what that is. But if you are interested in more of this and you want to support your local East Boston-based yoga teacher, astrologer, tarot reader, healer, lady who loves cats. Oh, Shadia, I didn't even know you were here. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm going to put it in the comments where you can find where to sign up. And I'm also doing birth chart readings and tarot readings online. So if that is up your alley, just go to sherbrenner.com or email me. It's sherbrenner@gmail.com, or Facebook message me, or Instagram message me, that sassy healer. And I hope you have the most beautiful night, and I hope you are able to go to bed with a wish in your heart, a little intention, the intention to bring even more love into the world. Thank you, Amanda. You love my black kitty. She seems sassy. She's so sassy. I have the sassiest kitty. But right now she's sleeping with her back turned to me. Like, she is like, I don't care about you.